USFL started as an experimental league. It gave guys who were outcasts of the NFL a second chance to compete. The league even catered to our current president and businessman Donald Trump, who was owner of the New Jersey General. The Chicago Blitz was a USFL experiment with NFL roots. They were a professional football team in the short-lived United States Football League, active during the league's inaugural season in 1983. The team played its home games at Soldier Field and was considered one of the most talented and well-funded franchises in the league. One of the Blitz's most significant early moves was hiring George Allen as head coach. Allen was a legendary NFL coach, most famous for leading the Los Angeles Rams and taking the Washington Redskins to the Super Bowl. His hiring gave the USFL instant credibility. Allen brought in a roster filled with the former NFL veterans and high-profile names such as Greg Landry, linebacker Tom Casanel, and running back Tim Spencer. Under his leadership, the Blitz played disciplined, tough football and were seen as early championship contenders. In the '83 season, the Blitz finished with a 12-6 record, one of the best in the league. Despite their strong performance, fan turnout in Chicago was disappointing, and the team lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Philadelphia Stars in a tightly contested overtime game. Financial issues plagued team owner Dr. Ted Diethrich, who also owned the Arizona Wranglers. In an unprecedented move, Diethrich orchestrated a franchise swap where he traded teams with the Wranglers owner. The Blitz roster and coaching staff, including George Allen, were essentially moved to Arizona, while the Blitz name and the franchise rights stayed in Chicago. The newly restructured 1984 Blitz, with new coaches and largely new players, struggled terribly. The team finished with a 5-13 record and dismal attendance, even with the former Chicago Bears quarterback Vince Evans. They disbanded after the 1984 season, along with several other USFL franchises. Chicago is a Bears town, and with no stability for the Blitz, they were destined for failure. Though short-lived, the original Chicago Blitz is remembered for being part of one of the most bizarre front office moves in pro sports history. They also gave George Allen his final head coaching role. They also showcased how the USFL tried to challenge the NFL with big names and big ambitions, but was ultimately undone by financial instability and overreach. Even the Donald, our future president, would try to sue the NFL for merging rights. The name Chicago Blitz would later be revived in the women's professional football in the 2000s and 2020s, but the original 1983 team remains a curious and fascinating footnote in American football history. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace and blessings. I'm out.